Hello, everybody, and welcome to Positive Fandom. I'm your host, Artem, and today we have Lorena Creole with us for this fantastic continuation of the watch party for Limitless episodes 3 and 4. Lorena, how are you today?
I am doing great. So glad to be here with you to continue watching this amazing series.
Yeah, it has been amazing, and it's certainly different from what I thought it was going to be. Guys, if you
Mhm,
haven't seen the first part of this watch party, certainly do check it out. Episodes one
mhm.
and two. I guarantee you're going to be very surprised by Hemsworth and his family and the entire approach that National Geographic is taking on wellness and what it means for so many of us going forward as we are getting older, especially. So, do check it out. And Lorena, you and I are going to start this watch party now. I did the
Yes.
group watch. It's going to be
Mhm.
episode three, guys. Fasting. Fasting.
Hmm.
Yeah, fasting.
I'm already apprehensive.
Yeah, let's see how this one goes. And I'm pressing play now. I hope you see it starts on your end, Lorena.
I hear it.
I see. Has it started?
Yep.
Oh, it started?
Yeah, I got it. I had an extra Disney Plus tab open. I'm like, how come I can hear it, but I can't see it. Now we're good.
Good. To be honest with you, he's so fit. I don't even want to think about him fasting because he needs the energy.
Exactly. It's not like he's a couch potato. I
Mm.
mean, he's constantly moving and he has to keep that much muscle on, you have to consume a good amount of what I call good calories, like lean protein, things like that.
I can't believe that this man does not eat somewhat healthy. It's impossible for him to be that, look like that, and eat unhealthy, right?
Yeah, I think I would say on his cheat days he eats like that. If he's like most people who are into fitness, you have like I would have, granted it's been a while, I need to get back to it. I have like one cheat day a month where I ate anything that I wanted to eat. And that just like kept me motivated because it's just like I can't have like fried chicken and pizza and biscuits and
Yeah,
ice
we can't.
cream,
Yeah, we
but
can't
I
do.
can have it at the end of the month for that one day and
Yeah, and
help
I think
me.
it is going to be very interesting one because essentially it's the responsibility of like what are you putting into your body,
Absolutely.
and because it is this type of episode, I can see why
Mhm.
this would turn off a lot of people.
Yeah, I mean, I've done intermittent fasting, but it was more of, I don't really feel like eating that much, today, or I'll get too busy with things at work and, lunch that I was supposed to have at 11 didn't happen until 2, or maybe I had lunch that seemed just so heavy that I really didn't eat anything for dinner and it just went on to like the next day. But I know people who like, I guess they fast for like a day or two. I've fasted for 24 hours, not because I wanted to, but because I was having a medical procedure done.
And this is another thing too that I think is interesting, and I'm sure people have talked about this.
Hmm.
Is it is very different when you do have enough, let's say, resources and money to get the best foods or even stuff that you like to eat. Sometimes
Yeah.
there's stuff you like to eat and you can't get it because of the price or whatever. So
Yes.
there are limitations to this in a sense. He is, the ideal example of someone who has and what can eat whatever he likes because he can afford to do that. But um
Exactly. Some people can't afford like lean cuts of meat,
Yeah,
or um, like even high quality fish, unless, I mean, if you live in the country and you're out there catching your own fish, that's a little different. That's a little different.
exactly.
But you know, like lean, like lean protein, good cuts of a protein, things that aren't super fatty. If you're getting fresh vegetables instead of things like canned all the time, or you know, or even whole grains. A lot of times, like I remember this one episode of Good Times that I saw in syndication.
Yes.
The lady was like getting on them for, you shouldn't be buying this and it's bad for you, and Florida was like, we buy what is cheapest, especially when, you know, money is at its tightest.
Yeah.
So for some people it can be very it can be very difficult.
And Lorena, it looks like you called it. National Geographic wants Hemsworth to hunt for his food, and I really love this idea, Lorena, because there are people who eat what they kill. And I think that it's great. I think that if you can survive like this, if you live in a place where there's the resources to do that,
Hmm.
and I live a few feet from the ocean, honestly, I could do this, Lorena, but I'm not going to. But I could, if I wanted to. But I just think you guessed it. That's exactly what they're going to have him doing, just like as if he
Hmm.
was an original hunter gatherer. This is going to be amazing. I can't wait to see this.
I can't wait either, because like my relatives, when I would go visit my country grandparents in Florida, not my cosmopolitan ones that live in Jacksonville, but they lived in the country. And I remember they were like, okay, we're going to go out and catch fish. And I'm like, you mean we're going to the supermarket? They're just like, no, we're still stopping by the bait shop, getting bait, and we're going out there to like fish. And that's what they would do. They wouldn't go to like the supermarket to get filleted fish and everything. They would go out and they would just catch all of it, like catching it and bring it back. Sometimes they would go hunting, not as much. With them, it was more fishing
Yes.
than anything else, because where they lived, they were near a really nice St. John's River, which is the longest river. I think the second longest river in the United States.
Wow.
And that's where people would mostly go and get like their fish, either from the St. John's River, or they would go out in the ocean and go and get like shrimp and crabs and stuff like that. But that was like common for people to do,
Yeah,
especially if they, you know, especially if they didn't have that much money. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, and you make such a good point with this, Lorena, because it's also the mindset of people who, if they have a piece of fruit and there's a bad spot on it, they just cut off the bad spot and they use the rest of. They're like, wait, what are you doing? Don't throw that out. And I'm like, well, it's bad. And they're like, no, 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 no. And if it's a bushel, they'll cut out all the bad parts and keep all that
Hmm.
good stuff. I think it's really maybe a good lesson for me, honestly, but something to think about when it comes to food and longevity, which is what they're talking about. This is incredible.
Absolutely. A lot of people don't realize what you put in your body is so important. Like now, where you have epidemic of obesity in this country, it's just like we've had restaurants in this country for years, but it wasn't until cheap fast food came out and people started eating that instead of eating at home, that we started having a lot of these problems. Like my relatives would grow a lot of their food and like can it, which I thought was weird, but now I realize how smart it was
Yeah.
for them to do it, because they would grow like their tomatoes and peas and all that stuff, and all the women would come over and everybody would like cook everything down and can it, and you know they'd have, you know, their vegetables and everything for like the winter. Well, of course, where they lived at, it was growing season all year round, so they were
Yes.
kind of blessed that way.
Yeah, and that's really important too. And it looks like they're taking him to Rocky Creek in New South Wales, which looks like an amazing place to go fishing. Certainly, or maybe he's training here. This is unbelievable looking. Seeing what's going on here, they're
Yeah.
training him how to use all these skills correctly. Survival school for
Hmm.
fishing or hunting. Now, those long breaths are important when you're diving in deeper waters, right, Lorena?
Yes. You have to control your breathing, especially when you're ascending back to the surface, because it's like you can't ascend up really, really fast, or like gases build up in your bloodstream. It's something called the bends, I think is what it's called.
Yes.
If you're in a pressurized suit, it's not a problem. But people who were like this without a
Yeah, the
dive
free
suit.
diving. Mhm.
Hmm. Oh, that's weird.
I guess to get more air, is that what it is?
I guess.
Now, this reminds me of something a guru would do, right? When you see those gurus and they kind of do these breathing practice exercises, um,
Hmm.
and then they sit on like a block of ice and it melts, you know, like
Wow.
without taking a breath.
Hmm. Hmm.
So this woman is essentially like a fish, right?
Yeah. So she can hold her breath for a long time. There's some people who are like that. They can hold their breath for long periods of time. Like I remember in the movie Creature from the Black Lagoon, where they got a guy who was like, I think he was a Navy diver,
Yeah.
and he could hold his breath for quite an amount of time, but because of all the equipment that he had on him, he couldn't stay. I think the time he could stay underwater was like cut in half. I don't know, dude. Wow. Mm. Well, you have to start somewhere. Hmm. I think so, dude.
Oh, right. He's fasting.
So
What he drink water? Maybe they allow water or something.
I
And he's
think well, I think he can drink water. I think so. It's yeah, because you do not want to get dehydrated. I think the rule of thumb is, oh, excuse me, I was about to burp, 3 minutes without air, 3 days without water, and 3 weeks without food. That's the longest that you can go.
okay.
So when you are fasting, you are supposed to stay hydrated.
He looks hungry.
It looks like, where's the Chick-fil-A? Where is it? Man, it got eggs. Is that Canadian bacon?
And he has to be around food.
Mm-hmm. With the kids. Look at that. Mm-hmm. Well, let's see who these people are.
Wow, Tanzania.
Mm.
Aw.
Like you were saying, it's like it's different when you have to hunt for your food.
Yeah, very.
It's like if you don't catch anything, you won't have anything to eat. And but these people, it's obvious they don't have like refrigeration or anything like that. Any food that they can preserve is stuff like this. That's 70 says being hungry is back to life and we don't eat for days.
Wow. Hmm.
Which does make sense. Mhm. I love this animation.
It is wonderful. So fasting burns fat?
Um, yeah, eventually it does. That's why when you're doing aerobics, you need to keep it at a certain intensity for a period of time in order to burn off fat because when you initially start exercising, you're burning off like sugars.
Yes.
Yeah, it's called putting your body into ketosis, if I remember correctly, from what one of my trainers would say.
Mhm. And I've heard of the ketone diet and the
Hmm.
ketosis. You want to get into that state of ketosis.
Because again, to bring it back to fishing, it's very different fishing when you're just as a leisurely activity and fishing because, hey, family needs something to eat.
Hmm.
Hmm.
These the deek deeks are not large animals, but it's enough. It's just enough.
It's just enough for them. Yes, it's
Yeah.
very easy prey. Exactly. In this society, it's like the men would go out and hunt, and the women would catch what they bring back. Ooh, what's this about? 39 hours without food. I know, like, I hate all of you.
Oh, I didn't know that they could do this.
Yeah, I didn't either. That is
We're
fascinating.
gonna have to get one of these. We're gonna have to get this.
That is absolutely fascinating.
Yeah.
Mm. Uh, see how long he can hold his breath for.
But looking at him, he definitely has the energy to swim probably all day, looking at his physical condition.
Hmm. Oh, yeah, absolutely. He does. He totally does. And swimming can sincerely pull just a lot of energy out
Yeah,
of you.
yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that.
I didn't know underwater hockey existed.
I didn't either. I know what water polo is, but underwater hockey, I'd never heard of this. Is this an Australia thing?
Maybe, yeah.
I've never heard of it because it looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it does. At least they're not in super deep waters, like maybe 4 feet of water.
Yeah.
Like you can stand up.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's very shallow, isn't it? The
Hmm.
water.
This seems like a game some drunk Aussie put together. It makes total sense. Hey, let's jump in the water and play hockey under there.
All right.
Right, you're on. There you go. All right, let's try this again. Oh, those are the refs. Hmm. Really?
I don't think you could stop him underwater. He's big. He's a big person. It's not like you
Hmm.
could go in and grab or something. He could really kind of, you can't stop his momentum, I think.
Exactly. That's just what I was thinking. Because once he gets going, as big as he is, it's hard to like stop him, especially when you're underwater.
Oh, they're snacking.
Everybody eating food, man.
Why not even a watermelon? Watermelon seems like it would be.
Because it's got like because it's got sugars in it.
Then honeydew melon.
Yeah,
That's
sugars and fibrous stuff that's in it.
oh, pizza is the worst thing that you could eat right now.
Oh God, yeah. Especially greasy pizza. Not like flatbread pizza, but you
Yeah.
know the New York ones with the pepperoni that's floating in the grease.
And the oil drips down your hand as you're eating it. And you're like, oh, it went down my arm.
Uh man, I so want a piece of New York style pizza. I know where to go. I'm just trying to stay away from there.
Oh,
He said, "Forget that. You faster, not
you
me."
could have had a salad or protein shake or something.
He got pizza. I tell you.
That was cold, and they ate it right in front of him like that.
Like pizza. hmm
He looks great, but I don't know what to say. He looks hungry, but he looks great. I didn't.
It's like you look like a really, really good hungry person.
I gotta switch these earbuds. Let's see if
hmm
this will work. Will it work?
hmm You saw chocolate brownie in her.
Oops, so sorry. Okay.
It's okay.
Is it still? Yes. Sorry. Is it stop? I hope it's not stopping because I pulled the earbud out of my ear and was charging. I hope it's
No worries.
he can't even concentrate.
Mm-mm. like like pizza, hot dog, pizza, cupcake, pizza.
I would think like fresh fruit would be my weakness. Like if someone put some, like seeing them eat that fruit, like,
Hmm.
oh, I'm gonna have to go over there and get a piece of a banana or an orange or something. That's like,
I well, if it's a mango, it's over.
hmm
I'll banana. I'll kind of maybe the mango. Forget it. I'm eating that sucker.
hmm okay, why are we doing this?
Hmm.
hmm
You see the patch he's got on?
Yeah, that's for the blood monitor, isn't that the or
Hmm.
is he a diabetic?
That's a good question.
Because I've seen sometimes people who are diabetics, they'll wear that.
Mm. Well, he's got one on too. So maybe you're right. It is maybe some kind of monitor. Hmm. Hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Hmm. Interesting.
they're not focused on energy production. They're more focused on cleaning up what's left behind.
Hmm.
Maybe. I don't know if that's true or not, but
I think maybe to make your body work more efficiently. I think.
and maybe the body does need time to regenerate without having to focus on digesting food necessarily.
That's a good point.
Now, this is the Ethiopian highlands.
Hmm.
So the elevation is much
Hmm.
higher,
Hmm.
from what I understand.
Much higher. And it's interesting because what they're showing is they're showing East Africans. And with East Africa, especially with the altitude and all of that, the physiology between East Africans and West Africans is
Mhm.
much different.
And they're going to show you the rock hewn churches, I think. If they're going to Gandahar, it's churches that are carved directly out of the rock in the ground.
Oh,
These guys are Christians. They're,
hmm,
I guess, maybe the Orthodox Christians. So,
yeah, Ethiopian.
yeah. I've never had to walk 3 days to get to church, but I got to give him credit for that.
Yeah, God bless them. It's like almost unheard of here, but in some remote places, yeah, it is like that.
So it's almost as if they're going on a pilgrimage for Easter and they're not eating anything, right, Lorena?
Yeah.
Mhm. Hmm.
Interesting. Hmm.
They're also at higher elevations, Lorraine, as you and I both were saying. And of course, that makes you more fit in a sense as well.
Absolutely. That's why you see all of the distance runners in the Olympics that are African are usually from East Africa or East African descent,
Mm-hmm.
because physiologically and with the elevation, they're much better at distance running because of that and because of the high altitude. Usually in West Africa, it's more of the short distance because of the muscle and again the elevation, which makes you better at like sprinting activities.
So there's also some other diets like the crone diet, which I'm sure you've heard of, Lorena. And when I tell you about it, you're going to
Mhm.
recognize it if you don't already know. But what they do is it's a reduced calorie. Uh, it's a calorie restricted diet where they
Mhm.
mainly focus on eating all the fruits and vegetables you need first before you eat anything else. And it's something like
Hmm.
I think maybe 1,000 to 1,200 calories a day, which is a lot less than what most people eat.
Mhm.
Is also supposed to give you longevity as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's called the Crone. I think it's called the Crone diet. I have to look it up.
Crone diet. I've
Yes.
never heard of that.
Yeah. Yeah. I hope I'm saying it right, but
Crone diet. Hmm.
I'm seeing. Yep, it's a nutrient-rich, reduced calorie diet.
Mhm.
And what happens with that diet is you'd recognize it too, Lorena, because what they want you to do is to eat all the fruits and vegetables that we would eat as, Homo sapiens. And the idea is that if you focus on diets that mainly make sure you get all of the fruits and vegetables and then a smaller proportion of other things through calorie restriction, your body is
Mhm.
working with less energy to digest what you're eating. And therefore, it gives you a longer life. You have benefits where aging is pretty much decreased, or at least they're saying it benefits your body. It's quite a
Mhm.
interesting, but it's CRON diet, calorie
C
restriction, optional,
CRON diet.
calorie restriction,
Okay.
optional nutrition.
Hmm.
Yeah. And there's been research studies on it. And they have noticed studies like what we're watching now, where it has been something that's been very, very successful. The restriction, there's
Hmm.
articles and things about it. A lot of people don't like it because they don't necessarily want to have to eat, two bowls of fruit or, vegetables or whatever in the course of a day. Now they're doing the blood test again, Lorraine.
Mhm.
So maybe that other monitor is something else, but they're going to measure the ketones now.
Mhm.
Wow,
Mhm.
it's unbelievable.
But you're gonna. I need you to get this fish for us. Okay. Mhm. Yeah, because I want to see what kind of fish you're gonna get.
We know she can do this. This chicken
Yeah.
can probably get an entire school of fish.
Yep. We want to see Chris Hemsworth kick it old school and use a spear.
We know he can do it. We know he can do it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Hmm. 92 hours without food. 4 days without food.
Yeah, it's a damn long time. I don't remember the last time I went that long without food.
Nah, I've gone 2 days because I had to have a medical test done. And that was miserable with other people eating all the delicious stuff that I want.
I put one more link in there.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Welcome.
I'm really hungry right now.
Well, you know something, there is something important to say is that he's hungry, but he's not starving.
Mm,
I don't think he's at the point of starvation. And I think that, you know, when we do people say they're starving, it's kind of like, no, you probably aren't starving.
hmm
There was a comedian who kind of made a joke about the fact that he hasn't been hungry for 12 years. And I'm like, that tells you something, doesn't it?
Hmm.
Are we supposed to wait to eat until we're hungry? Till we're at the point where, you know.
That's interesting. Because some of us are so programmed to like eat at a certain time of day, a certain number of times of day. And sometimes you're not hungry, like eating when you're not hungry isn't really good. That's a lot of water. Oh my gosh. Hey, down here.
He's got this.
Okay, come on, Chris.
Mhm.
Spear this fish.
Hmm.
Those are some really long flippers, or is it just me?
No, they are extra long, so he has more control in the water.
Okay, okay. I'm like, those are really long,
Yeah.
like angelfish long. This is shot so beautifully.
It really is.
There you go. Okay, yeah, get out of the water before you attract a shark. That's what would bother me
Me too.
because of how keen sharks can smell blood. He's like, yes, I got the. How far out are they? Oh my God.
It's like at least a mile out. How
Mhm.
interesting.
Very much so.
Now we all know the fish shacks and the, you just gut it right there. You can cook it right there.
Yep. I try not to remember my nana showing me how to gut fish when I was 8. That was the grossest thing ever. I mean, look, here's the fish's lung, and here's its kidney. I'm like, oh, this is so disgusting. Why did I have to do this? But
you did it.
yeah, you had to do it to, did you want to eat or not? So
Oh, fresh caught
got
fish.
real good at like gutting fish. They bring the bucket in that they caught all the fish in, and we'd have to like chop the heads off and gut it and clean all the guts out and clean it out and wash it out and dry it and then season it and fry it.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it was good. Hell no. It's like, dude, I just made it through 4 days. Mm-mm. It's like, that's the best fish ever.
It was right from the ocean, fresh from the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
I wonder who filleted that fish because it looked a little too clean when they put it on the grill. I'm just saying, my relatives never really do fillet it. They just like cut it right up the middle, gut it, butterfly it, and fry it.
Wow.
Not for 4 days. That well, who am I to say?
I think you'd have to coordinate it with everything else you're doing. I don't want to drive and not have eaten any food.
No, no, absolutely not. Yeah, dude, eat that pizza. Shoot, I would too.
Maybe he'd change the amount of times he eats pizza to something different. Maybe he'll go and fish instead and catch what he's gonna eat versus, and that I do that now where I avoid eating before midday. Sometimes I have a protein shake because I do have to take medication and it upsets your stomach, but just the protein shake and nothing till maybe the evening if I can do it.
Oh, okay. Go 24 hours without food once a month. Okay, I see.
Now that's reasonable, right?
That's reasonable and that's achievable. I know for me, it's like I have got to have something before lunch. So it's like I would usually have like fresh fruit, like Granny Smith apples are my friend. So I would have like Granny Smith apples and like oatmeal or something like that. Because even when I was working out much more frequently, I mean, I'm going back to that. There is just something about how quickly I start putting on muscle weight that it's just like, let's see, why are you asking me this? Why you don't need me to update my profile? What the heck's going on?
Oh, is it asking you to do that?
Yeah.
You want me to pause it?
Yeah, can you just pause it for just a little
Certainly.
bit?
Absolutely.
I don't know why it's telling me this.
Yeah, why is it asking you to do
At all. That's so weird. I think probably because I don't really log in on this PC that much.
Okay.
Okay. Did you start it?
I paused it. I'll press play and let's see if you see anything.
Okay, let me go back to the link. Let me pull the link back up. That's probably what it is. For some reason, Disney Plus is okay. I'm joining back in now.
Okay, so I'm gonna just press the restart.
Okay, I'm with you. Okay, thank
good.
you. That was very strange.
Now, Lorraine, you were just talking about strength just a few moments ago, and that's the title of the next episode.
Oh. Coincidence.
The Blue Mountains of Australia, I didn't even know that existed, but it looks great.
One of the things that I love about this show is how many different areas of Australia that they're showing. I'm a little disappointed we haven't seen Queensland yet, because Queensland is the Florida of Australia. I want to see Queensland. But we're seeing just some beautiful, beautiful parts of the country.
Stunning.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Now, this is really proven. Um, I used to get into some very spirited spats with fitness instructors who would say, "Well, you just need to do more cardio." I'm like, "No, I don't." No, I don't. Strength training is what works best for me, and a lot of trainers will say that you need a balance of both. You need strength training and cardio, not just do cardio all the time. And I know some people who would do cardio all the time are just like, I can't do that. I feel like a mouse on a treadmill. It just doesn't work. But I've
Yeah.
seen like older bodybuilders, I mean older people who do strength training. It's crazy. They look so much younger than they really are.
Yes, that is something to think about. And, they talk about how as we get older, unfortunately, we're getting older, um, that you do lose muscle mass. And I think you lose a certain percentage of muscle mass every year that you age. And the
Mhm.
only thing that maintains that muscle mass, Lorena, is weight training.
Absolutely. Weight training, that's something, I mean, cardio, not so much, but weight training is one of those things where I'll see just the amazing benefits that that it does for people. It's like a fitness payoff that I've seen and kind of taken for granted with me being younger. But I'll go into the gym and see some lady who's like in her 70s that she tells me, but she looks amazing. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
And we can see that benefit that she has from probably from a lot of strength training. And we're not asking you to do 300-pound weightlifting. That's not at all
Nah,
what we're saying. We're
nah.
saying there has to be some resistance to your workout as you're doing
Mm-hmm,
it. And sometimes it can be as little as 5 to 10 pounds, but something has to be done where you push that muscle at least to a point of failure, so to speak, and
mm-hmm,
you are helping to maintain that muscle in your body. It reduces the chance of you kind of getting injuries as well. So
mm-hmm,
it's a huge benefit to it. And I'm wondering, he talks about that he had to look like a superhero for Thor.
mm-hmm.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I would see guys at the gym who look like that.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he doesn't miss an area at all.
Mm-mm.
He's there for leg day and shoulder day and back day and lower thigh day and
See, I need somebody like him or Jason Momoa to put me over their shoulder and take me to my car after leg day. These are the dudes who they start working out in the gym, especially, man, if they're at the pull-up bar, it's over. I can't concentrate on anything
and they're
I'm
like, "You can
freaking
do pull-ups," and I'm like,
doing. No, I just want to watch you. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing the pull-ups. Keep doing them. He's got one of those contraptions on that they use a lot in sports medicine.
"Yeah." What?
Now, why is that? I have to hear why this is.
I'm just flabbergasted by this news. He looks like the most fit person you've ever seen.
I'm like, does he need to fire his trainer or what? I just can't figure this out.
I can't either. So the rope was the key in gym class from like grade school. The
I
rope
hate,
was.
I hated that darn thing.
I
I
hated it
hated the rope.
too.
I said, what is this gonna freaking do for me?
I know they do it in the military, though, don't they, Lorena?
Hmm. Oh, so the Cirque du Soleil people.
Yes.
Now
So
I have seen the acrobats do this, and it takes incredible core strength to do that. That you have to like literally whip it around.
and I've seen them whip it around one leg, Lorena, and they managed to still climb. I'm like,
Mhm. It's like a transfer of like weight from like bottom to the top to like propel you up the rope. It's weird, but
rope had handles I
weird.
could possibly hold on, but
And
no
your
hand.
hands get sweaty
Yeah, you do. I'm getting
and
sweaty just thinking of look at this thing.
all of that. Yeah, because it's like you have to use like you have to use your feet to propel you up instead of pulling your arms. It's kind of like opposite. It looks like you're pulling yourself up, and in a way you're pushing with your weight, and it's like a weight transfer.
He'll get a hang of it in a few days, and he'll be climbing up that rope like an athlete,
Mm-hmm.
like an Olympian in a
Mm-hmm.
few minutes.
And we're like, put me in that new Cirque du Soleil show. Mm-hmm. Especially your core.
Yes.
So he's got 10 weeks. Mm.
Must be like 100 degrees, 45.
This is if this is like Florida in the summer, it is hot. It is sticky. It is flipping miserable. And it saps all the strength out of you, which is why you have to stay hydrated. It's if you're used to it, you know how to deal with it. Um, but it's such a challenge. And it's also one of the reasons why Gatorade was invented. Because
Lorena, when we see this, seeing somebody pull a car is the type of stuff you'd see with like the strongest man competition or,
mm-hmm.
know, guys who can lift 1,000, 2,000 pounds, like pull a
It's
tractor.
insane, isn't it? You can do it, Chris. Shoot. Come on now. You can do it. There you go. Oh no, not the medicine ball. I hate that thing. Is he gonna have to do burpees? 'Cause I hate
I
burpees.
can't stand burpees.
I freaking hate them. The only way that I like burpees is with the Bosu ball because that kind of like bounces you a little bit.
Mhm.
I'll do it with that, but
Or if you're on one of those mats that has spring to it, some kind of cushioning. Um,
yeah,
they had I heard somebody say you could do burpees, do as many as you can until you throw up. You're still fine. And I'm like, no, I don't want to
nah,
throw up.
nah, my lower back just no. I can't I can't do it. But with the Bosu ball, for some reason, it cancels out what's going on with my lower back, and I will actually attempt to do more than three.
Mhm.
Yeah, freaking eight burpees.
And now they're
I'm
bringing us
like,
to Mexico, Lorena, another exotic location. Is she chopping wood?
yeah, yes. This is like stuff my from what people tell me, like my great grandma used to do. They would go out there and cut wood. Um, because sometimes the men were not around to do it because they were working elsewhere. So women would like cut firewood, haul all kinds of stuff. She's no joke. She is literally working like I remember seeing my country grandma, not my city grandma.
Mhm.
My country grandma
And they
would
are
do it.
also in a high elevation, Lorena.
Good point. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. They're in a higher elevation. Axe broke. Yeah, they're not like in Veracruz where they're like near the ocean and they're like coastal.
And
A
the
day's walk away to the next town?
the side of the mountain is not exactly the flattest area to be. They're wearing sandals.
No. And they run distances. And it's like, wow.
So impressive.
I'm not a distance runner. I'm like, nix that.
And they managed to have fashion sense on top of all of this.
The beautiful colors. I love this. Days. I sprinted in high school. Anytime there was a distance run, I would just like, I don't want to do this. I've seen some old people who run like that,
We have
the
seen
marathons and stuff. You too?
we've seen them with their 1970s headbands, and
Yes.
sometimes they have a stick with them, just in case a dog or something comes by.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm like, what is he not doing? That
Oh,
man,
he's
that's like,
wearing gloves, Lorena. He's wearing gloves now.
oh, okay,
That'll
okay,
help with the grip in the hands.
yeah, yeah. So you have to feed the rope to so you do that. Oh, okay, that's interesting.
I have to admit, it is kind of fun watching him do all this physical exertion.
It's nice to look at. It sure as heck is. But even more so, watching him do this and watching him, you know, not get it right the first time around. And he has to go back and, and try it again. That's very realistic. It looks like fish out there.
I wasn't sure if it was crew. Yeah, it's crew.
Oh, is he gonna have to do a erg pull?
Just
Stroke.
I was gonna get one of those rowing machines. They have a cool one. I think Peloton has one now.
I've heard some people kind of like their Peloton. I'm not a bike person, but they have good individual workouts from what I've seen. I remember in college, I had a roommate who was in crew, and they had to use that rowing machine, the erg machine.
Yes.
And if they didn't make a certain whatever that benchmark was, if they didn't make it that week, they
Oh,
couldn't get on the boat.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was like, wow, really? They have no coxswain though.
No, she's doing it from the shore.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because to be able to like do that consistently at a certain rate, and if you don't pull that certain rate and you're under it, they would make them. You wouldn't be able to participate in whatever competition was coming up, and you basically had to work out and improve that. It was crazy. And the seat slides back.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to watch.
Mm-hmm. We used to see it in Philly like all the time on the Schuylkill.
Yeah.
And you see like Penn crew, Drexel crew, Temple.
So if your mitochondria can last longer, then it means that you could possibly live longer. I didn't know that there was a correlation to that.
I didn't either. Hmm. Oh, which is why it's like when you're working out, when you're trying to build muscle, it'll actually break some of it down and then to rebuild it back up better. That's why it's like you're always trying to overload your muscles. I know like in my case, my body will get adjusted to a new weight very quickly. So it's like unless I up the weight to force my muscles to grow, doesn't do anything for me.
Hmm.
I love how they're having fun with this too, though. Too funny. Mhm.
Oh,
Surrey, we're going to Surrey.
nice.
Now I have visited Surrey before.
Wow. Is
Hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, is he a bike guy? Mm-hmm. Wow. Really?
Oh my.
Wow. This dude is a beast.
Wow. It's like a whole neighborhood going to this.
Mm-hmm. See, at the gym, I call these folks the silver mafia. When I would teach Zumba, they would be in my classes all the time. And then, oh no, when class was over, guess what? They're going to something else. They're going to yoga, they're going to cycling.
Hmm?
I mean, they roll in the gym. You know exactly who they are. That's what I call them. I said, yes, I call them the silver mafia. They are serious about all the activities and fitness that they're in. For them, it truly is a lifestyle. Sometimes shows me how lazy I'm being at times. Hmm.
Especially when you live in a place that looks like that.
Oh no. There's so many beautiful things to see.
Mhm.
You tell them, Nan. I wonder what it does for vision.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, because mine's occupational. It's like with librarians, you're so used to reading close up, it's hard to read far away. And the more we get into computers, that's what seems to happen.
Agreed.
Buffalo. Oh, that's some good eating right there.
That looks like some good meat.
Look how
I can see.
lean it is.
Oh, so he wants to be more of like a twink. He wants to be a little bit weigh less. He wants to weigh less. He doesn't want that bulky muscle mass.
Really?
In general, I guess that's what he's implying. He's saying that the extra weight is holding him back, maybe.
Yeah, because you don't really see, like, if you go to Cirque du Soleil and you see the guys who are usually the men who are usually the acrobats and everything, they're very lean.
Mhm.
I want to say like a basketball player's physique. They're not very super how would I say?
Bulky.
Not
They're
super much.
Mhm.
Exactly. They're not bulky. They're very symmetric.
And what's the other issue?
Yeah, you gonna tell us or not? Ah, so it's pulling on him. So the more he goes like up, it's like there's more weight from that rope that's pulling on him. And that's basically how much is pulling on him. Hmm.
Oh, the free rope that he's going to climb up
Mm-hmm.
in
Yeah,
the middle of nowhere. Look at him walking around barefoot. Is this his house?
I think so.
Look at him walking around bare feet.
He's just like, yeah, whatever. Whatever.
So he has to climb 100 feet.
Hmm. It's crazy.
I don't like this. I think they should put some kind of cushion down. Personally, the driveway's got a lot of cement.
Hmm. That's a good point. I wonder why they're not.
Maybe they did. Maybe they will, but I don't like him
I
doing
was
that.
going to say the insurance guy is probably like, you better put something down there. His friend just told him to make him a pancake.
Yeah, he did. I'm on my way over there.
Freaking friends. But dude, you weren't you all the way up on top of that building and walked that catwalk?
Oh, there is a rope.
Oh, so they brought him that to practice on.
He's almost there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Lactic acid will get you.
Hmm. You want to keep going, but then it's like,
It's your muscles are just at exhaustion.
yeah, you can do it. You can do
Come
it.
on, Chris. Yeah, you gonna get up there.
Come on, Chris. Come on. Oh,
Ah, dang it. Ah, well, let's try it again. One week. Mhm. You got your feet on white furniture.
And you know his feet are not clean at the bottom.
No, no. That mm, I don't care how hot you are. Don't put your dirty feet on white furniture.
He hurt his ankle and he needs to put ice on that.
Ooh.
He sprained his ankle or something, pulled a muscle. Well, he could climb the rope with I've seen people just do the free hand. I've seen them do that, but that's usually in the
Really?
military or something. Yeah. Yeah. No, he can't do it. Oh no.
Hmm. That's hard. So one time I injured my Achilles and I kept teaching and I should have stayed off of it.
Oh no.
I should have stayed off of it. I literally I had to have KT tape, kinesiology tape.
Oh.
I was using that for weeks. I should have just rested, but I didn't. Baltimore.
Now you know this woman's older.
This another one of them silver mafia girls that I'm so proud of.
Look at
My
her
good,
body. Oh my
I'm officially lazy. This she looks amazing.
god.
She is not 85.
That's what she said.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
I don't like jumping
I
jacks,
don't like them either.
especially when you're top heavy. Jumping jacks are not your friend.
Mm. Oh.
Oh no.
Oh God.
Imagine that. Oh my gosh.
Oh. Well.
How come I can't get this dude for my trainer? Although if you tell me I can't have coffee, I will fire you. Uh-huh.
Oh, look at her nails.
I
God,
know. I'm looking at her nails. I'm like,
putting
I
me to
couldn't do.
shame here.
What in her 70s
She's in a bikini.
with some killer abs? Look at this chick. Oh, girl.
She looks amazing.
Look at her. Oh, God bless her, because that is not my thing.
If this isn't inspiring, I don't know what is.
Exactly. I don't know what is because
Oh my God, I'm gonna have to get in shape.
we just gonna have to do it together because
All right.
I feel lazy looking at her, and oh my gosh, she looks
Yeah.
amazing. I mean, you know it and you hear about it and you see it. That's just is true. Like I said, the silver mafia.
And I gotta get my nails done. This is ridiculous. I would say
Yes, I would too. 85, I'm a like, ma'am, no disrespect, but I don't believe you.
I don't believe her either. She looks amazing.
Gosh. Oh no, not the bear crawl.
Ooh. Oh God, yeah. God, it's probably like 100 pounds in each one. Oh, he's doing what that guy does, so looks maybe he could even swim.
I hated doing those in boot camp class. Bear crawl, push ups,
His kid is
bear
doing
crawl.
it.
Yeah, the kids can do it a lot easier.
Excuse me.
And what is that?
Oh, he has to
A
work.
dual shooting Sydney. I'm down with that. Gotta have the hot sauce.
Oh wow. Okay. I'm sorry, but I kind of do like the ultra muscular Thor. I'm sorry.
I do too. That's
Wow.
he says it like it's so like it's such a heavy thing.
I knew he worked hard, Lorena, to maintain this, but
Hmm.
it's really a level. Goodness gracious. Wow. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
It's it's amazing. I mean, when I lived in LA and there's a gym that I went to and you'd have some actors in there who were trying to, maintain or put on weight. They did like a lot of exercise. It's like the training regimen is just insane.
Mhm. Well, we know he's not going to be able to drop 30 pounds. Like maybe he can drop a bit, but it's not so easy to drop that muscle weight, right, Lorena?
No, it isn't. Water weight, yes, but you can only get but so much. Water weight might get you down 5 pounds. Whew, this give me the shivers just looking at it. All right, come on now, Chris.
like wind.
Mm-hmm.
It could be cold up there for all we know.
Dang.
We heard the whistling wind.
Mm-hmm. So you can hear just how crazy the wind is. Here we go.
It does look really high.
Oh, man. Out goes the rope. Yeah, he gonna climb this rope.
So how does he get to the when he says to climb up the rope, right? But he's not at the
Mm-hmm.
bottom of the rope. So what are they going to lower him down?
I think so. I know that's right.
Right, right. We got to keep that confidence level up and
Yeah,
make him feel,
you gotta be like, dude, you can do this.
Mhm.
All right, you got this. Come on.
Oh yeah, they are lowering him down. Okay. So that's the rope he's climbing up?
I
It
think
looks
so.
different. It doesn't look as
Yeah,
rough.
it's like it's smooth. It's not like that double twisted, rope that they were
Yeah.
using.
Because the grip, my concern is the grip. Like, how does he even get that grip?
Hmm. Okay, he's got gloves on.
I was just saying there's not as much traction on a smooth rope, right?
Yeah, you're right. It isn't. Yeah,
So it is. Okay. Go,
come on,
Chris. Go,
come
Chris.
on, come on, come on. You can do this, Brett. Come on,
Yeah,
keep going,
Chris.
keep going.
Got
Right
this.
foot arm, left foot arm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Good.
come on.
Good, good.
Oh, there's a GoPro.
Yes. Go, Chris.
It's heavier. Yep.
Come on,
I
Chris.
wonder if he's gonna make it. Yep.
Come on, Chris. You just got it. You can do it. That's right. Okay.
Koala. There you go. It's like
That's right.
let your upper body rest a little bit,
Go, go. Come on, Chris.
but you got to keep going. Come on, come on. Let's go, Hemsworth.
Okay, go full staff sergeant on him now.
Yeah.
Get on
You
up
want
here.
that? You don't quit till I tell you to quit. Show me you're not worthless. I hear like
Right.
Herbie. You want to ring that bell, don't you?
That's right. All he has to do is tap the top and we're done.
Mhm. Yeah, those arms are burning. Come on, bro. Come on.
Yes. Yes.
There you go. There you go. Come on. You got it. Come on. One. There you go. Come on, Chris. You're so close. You're so close.
Come on, just tap the top, tap the top, tap the top. Yes.
Wow. hmm Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. hmm Yeah, I climbed that rope. Want to watch it? Like, don't tell granddad to haul out the video again.
So stay mobile, injury free. That
hmm
activity, keeping up that activity,
hmm
and the weightlifting, just the overall fitness, strength. I mean, this is a true support for those regular intervals of exercise that's so hard to
hmm
stick to. If you can do that for the rest of your life, you know,
hmm Absolutely. Because one of the biggest injuries to older people are falls. So
yes,
with a lot of like exercise, it's like it's they're better able to support their bodies and their coordination.
endurance training for 2 hours a week. Okay, so he's okay.
hmm
Okay. I don't know whether I could do 2 hours, but it's something to think about. Is he saying anything? I was like,
More
more climbing.
climbing.
Mhm.
Oh well, you got that. I will use a rowing machine, I'll tell you that much.
You know what I was thinking? Rowing machine or maybe even push-ups.
That's another one.
Something that I know I could do.
hmm
I may not be able to do every one of these activities, so we're gonna cut it back. And Lorraine, I know you have another show coming up just in a few moments, but anything take away from episodes 3 and 4, Lorraine, that really touched you so far today?
Um well with the third episode, which I really did like the whole thing about like fasting. Like I've heard intermittent fasting is good for you, but it's interesting them hearing that breakdown of what happens to like make your body more efficient by fasting. Now 4 days, I think that's ridiculous. I really I don't know if they did that just for, the show effect. Hey, let's see if you can make it, for, 4 days. But it seems like it's something that is beneficial that a lot of people have done in moderation, of course. So that was a cool takeaway, seeing how efficient or how more efficient your body gets when you're not I would say when you're not on a schedule of eating that way, like 3 meals a day. That seems to be something that's come into modern times, but like hunter-gatherer societies, it's not the same. It's just like if we don't hunt, we don't catch anything, we don't eat. So their bodies have to get more efficient because it's like we're not eating all the time. So that was one cool thing to take away from that. With the latest one about strength, that one I believe I took the most from, just because of seeing in action, these older people who I keep calling them the silver mafia, but I say that in the most affectionate of terms because they are very serious about this lifestyle of staying healthy and eating healthy and working out at the gym and getting physical exercise. And they are very, very serious about getting that done. So just seeing like that one lady who was like 85 and looks like she's 65, it's I you know it was just great seeing that, and it's such a wonderful motivator because so many older people in our society are shown as just, they basically given up. They just, go check into the retirement home, or they're at the villages, playing golf and shuffleboard and
And whatever else they get up to at the villages. But yeah,
yeah, everything else they, they they do at the villages. But you see elderly, or we'll say mature people, who are still involved in that healthy lifestyle that has so many health benefits. So those were my takeaways.
yeah, I definitely going to look at the diet again. And they said once a month fasting. I think that's reasonable. And I also think these diet restricted versions of a diet you try to follow, like what you said, where you have one cheat meal a month, makes so much sense, Lorena. And just maybe changing some of these activities. I know I can't do a lot of what Chris Hemsworth is doing, but there are some
Hmm.
things like a push up. I feel like I could do, let me see if I can do 20 or 30. That
Hmm.
certainly is endurance to me. And it's strengthening as well. So anything that combines strengthening with endurance is ideal. I think for at least for me, going forward, I love seeing how something. This is quite a profound series so far. I think this could be life changing. I feel like maybe they should even show this in school, and kids need to
Hmm.
learn everything about this in the sense of fitness. Really, maybe something that needs to be done more often. But this is really an inspiring show, Lorena. I wasn't expecting this type of experience so far, and I'm really pleasantly surprised. It's inspiring me to be in better shape, Lorena. We know this is the challenge for all of us, really. Thinking
Hmm.
about, like you, I spend a lot of time at a desk. So I understand your pain and grief in the sense of like, where are we going to get time to do all this stuff? I
Hmm.
bought a foot pedal machine, which I use from time to time, but it's not the easiest thing to do when you're typing or when you're on camera.
Right.
You and I tend to be on a lot. So it's something to think about going forward. Maybe we can come up with something for the YouTuber, the person who YouTube a
Mm.
fitness plan, that you and I come up with some options about staying in great shape that way. So who knows where this will lead us, Lorena? I want to thank you so much for joining me for episodes 3 and 4. Lorena, where can people find you?
Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. I'm enjoying watching this amazing series. You can find me on Twitter, causing all kinds of mischief. You can find me on Instagram, and you can also, of course, find me on YouTube doing various videos and live streams. Of course, you can catch me on Ladies of the PGS, the show that I do with of Positive Fandom on Mondays. And of course, you can see Positive Fandom and I when we stream on Thursdays on Twitch for Toxic Male Appreciation, and our anime show that we have on Fridays at 7 p.m.
Absolutely, Lorena. Guys, you can catch me here on Positive Fandom channel. Please do like and subscribe to my channel as well as to Lorena Creole's channel if you like what you've been seeing. And of course, you can catch me on Sundays for my Sunday brunch show, my live Sunday brunch show, and everything that Lorena mentioned as well. And special shows like this that Lorena and I do, our live watch parties as well. You can also catch me sometimes on the 1/6 Scale Man Network as well as Midnight's Edge. But guys, please do watch these shows. We hope you enjoyed this. We hope this encourages you to continue whatever physical fitness regime you may have, or maybe to improve it somehow. Like I said, Lorena and I may come out with something new to address YouTubers' special needs, which is essentially sitting in front of a camera, right, Lorena?
Yeah,
We do a
pretty
lot
much.
of this, and we spend a lot of time in front of the camera, a lot of time in the computer. So maybe there is an ideal physical fitness for people like us. So it's
Hmm.
something you should definitely look into. And I hope you all are inspired by what we've been doing today and watching this incredible show with Chris Hemsworth. And for those of you out there, no matter where you are, please always remember to please be kind. Take care, everybody. Bye.
Bye.